Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Savannah with Precious Daughters, and today I have my girls down for a nap. We just got home from church. I'm in my room. I'm going to give you guys a new video, and today's video is going to be on 5 steps to do a monthly meal plan. Now last week I showed you guys how to make a meal plan for about a week's long video. This week it's going to be for a whole entire month. So sit back, relax, and these are the 5 easy steps for a month-long meal plan. Okay, so step number 1 is to shop from your pantry. Go through your pantry and your cupboards, find out what you already have and what meals you can make with that. I like to go through and check and see what staples I have, I'm running low on, and what are some things that I can throw together to come up with a meal that I don't necessarily have to go out and purchase again. Always have beans in our cupboard. Even though my husband can't eat beans, my girls and I still do like them in our taco bowls and a lot of our other recipes. I always have chicken broth. I always usually have rice, some type of rice, and I always have mac and cheese. So those are easy things that pretty much are always in my cupboard, and they're always good go-to meals. So weeks with those things without having to really waste any extra funds on those. So yeah. Number 2 is to make a plan and go with grace, because you have to understand that the best plans sometimes have wrenches thrown into them. So while yes, I do sit down with my my binder and my monthly calendar, and I sit out and I look at what our month's gonna look like as a family. What holidays do we have coming up? What events do we have coming up? What days off does my husband have coming up? Because sometimes every week they do change. So I go through those and I plan accordingly. This month we have a big holiday at the end of the month. We also have my daughter's, my baby's birthday. She's turning 2. So we have a couple of things. Oh, and my anniversary. Oops. My anniversary is also this month, so I can guarantee that on a couple of nights this week I will actually not be, this month I will not be cooking, because we're either going to be going out or we're going to have a babysitter for the girls, and so it's just going to be a mac and cheese night for them, and it's nothing really I have to throw together. So while I'm giving myself grace to know that I'm not going to be preparing, you know, like what, 30 meals this month, I know that we have some extra things we need to get for the holiday, but we also have some things that we can just skip over for the night because I get to go out and have some me time. Number 3 is to double up. Every time I say that, I think of that like MC Hammer song. You like to double up. No, just me? Okay. So double up when you can. So if you're making a lasagna, make 2 lasagnas. Throw one into a freezable tray. You can throw that in the freezer, and then that way later on in the month when you just don't want to have to cook, or when you're running short on time, you can take that freezer meal that you've already prepared out and throw that into the oven and go. This is also really easy with crock pot meals. If you're going to do one crock pot meal, just in a Ziploc bag, a giant gallon-sized Ziploc bag, throw in that second meal, and then that way you don't have to cook as many times, and you have extra in the freezer for emergencies. 4 is to break up your shopping if you can. I like to break up mine over 2 days. So one day I will do my smaller things, so stuff that I'm not necessarily going to buy in massive bulk. So that's like my beans and my seasonings and my smaller items. And I'm gonna buy those at my local grocery store, like my Smith's or my Walmart grocery pickup. And then my second one, I'm going to do a large grocery haul at Sam's Club. Now for this one, I really like to do this on Sundays. One, because there's like no one there on Sundays. And then also my husband is home on Sundays, so I can leave my girls with him. I can either get them down for a nap, or he can just have a daddy-daughter day, and I can go and spend an hour or 2 doing my big, massive grocery shopping in Sam's Club. And sometimes I even like to get myself a Starbucks and then go shopping through Sam's Club by myself, because that's what happens when you're 30 and you're a mom. You enjoy that stuff now. So yeah. And then the last one is make sure you're planning to restock, but in smaller batches. So with us, I like to buy my stuff in bulk, and then I also like to buy my smaller items ahead of time, like my canned stuff ahead of time. So what I do is I give myself a budget every week to just go and get up the smaller perishable items. So I'll go get a couple more gallons of milk, maybe a loaf of bread, depending on our freezer status. Sometimes our freezer is really small, so we really can't fit more than like one loaf in there at a time. So if we're running low on that one, I'll go and throw another one. I'll go and get another loaf of bread. And then usually I'll get my fresh fruit and salads for the week, and any green vegetable that I'm not going to be making for my freezer bag. So sometimes, like the other day, I had a really big craving for green beans, and I just went and bought like a bag of green beans from the grocery store with my weekly haul because I really wanted to throw in some fresh green beans with one of my recipes that week. So I make sure that I plan to give myself a little bit of leeway to go and get those few things. Some people like to buy milk in bulk, and they buy them for like the whole month, and you can freeze them. And I have done that in the past. You can freeze milk, you can freeze creamer, stuff like that's easily freezable. Like I said, we just don't have the space for it right now, so that's why I don't do it. And then with fresh produce, you're gonna need that every week anyways. So that's what I do. Those are my 5 easy steps for meal plans. I hope you guys like them, and I hope they help you out, and maybe you guys can use them too. Then plan your next monthly meal plan. It does save you a lot of time in the long run, and it does save you a lot of money when you're not shopping on the fly every single week. So that's my video this week, guys. I hope you liked it. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here. I post every Wednesday and every Friday. Usually they're mommy vlogs and recipe vlogs. So thanks for coming back, guys, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.